The Better America Forum is on the air.
Tonight, the Better America Forum brings to your attention the monumental problem confronting your children today. The ever-growing threat and menace of the cheap pulps found on all newsstands masquerading under the titles of comic books. Now, to aid us in our discussion, we have enlisted the aid of Professor Samuel D. Roberts, child psychologist Mrs. Newton Goodell, Miss Abigail Parker. Miss Parker, artist and writer, was until recently herself a contributor to comic books. She knows the pressures brought by unscrupulous publishers. We're fortunate also in having Miss Parker's guest, Mr. Eugene Fullstack. Mr. Fullstack, I understand, has been reading comic books for 15 years. He has come at Miss Parker's request to give us his first-hand knowledge of what can happen to the human brain on a steady diet of comic books.
Eugene, what are you doing in there?
I'm here to tell you how bad comic books are for you. I never thought they were bad myself until my friend Rick Todd told me how bad they were.
Oh, I was wrong, boy, was I wrong. Hey!
And how right he was.
No, I was wrong, you dope.
And I almost became a dope reading comic books, and I realized that is why I am now a little retarded. You see, I was very slow in school. That is, the comic books made me very slow in school. As a matter of fact, I was so slow in school that I went to summer school in the wintertime. For instance, the story you told me about, Mr. Baker. The 5-year-old kid that was caught stuffing his grandmother in the trunk compartment of the car.
An extreme example of comic book influence.
Oh, yes, and any 5-year-old kid should know he's not old enough to drive a car.
Have comic books influenced you to that extent?
Oh, I didn't learn to drive until I was 8.
Now, would you say that you have learned anything from comic books?
Oh, yes. Yeah, oh boy. Yes, I learned, particularly I learned how to grow poison plants in a windowsill flower pot, how to keep the tarnish off brass knuckles, also how to start a fire by rubbing 2 gasoline cans together. What a fire that makes. And also how to make a hangman's knot. And last, and certainly by no means least, how to prepare rat poison so that it spreads like peanut butter.
I see. And now you realize that this knowledge is dangerous.
Oh, yes, it is very dangerous, yes. Oh, it's pretty real dangerous. It's dangerous, all right. But it gave me very bad dreams.
Bad? They're worth a pile.
Now, what exactly did you dream?
Well, that's the trouble, see. That's it right there. I never retained anything I dreamt. I never remembered anything when I woke up, except my friend Rick said they were very bad dreams. Oh, yes, they were awful. I screamed and carried on, and, it was something awful. My subconscious was battling against my conscious, and the basic intelligence of my mind wouldn't allow myself to comprehend some of the problems that were forethought prior to sleeping, and at the same time not having any rest because of no sedation whatsoever to make my rest and dreams any brighter or smarter than they were when I was much younger.